Well, hello, everyone. It's Markus, and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. Today, I'm speaking to an incredible music artist. She's just brought out her first single. I'm in love with it. You are going to be too. Her name is Kathleen Halloran. Kathleen, happy Friday to you. How are you?
Happy Friday to you too. I'm so good. I'm so happy. I feel, yeah, I feel like I'm just beginning something new and there's a lot of excitement in the air. And I'm also just starting to relax into Christmas. Like I couldn't be happier.
Do you want to be free with me?
Oh, yes, I do.
See what I did
You
there?
want to be free with me?
Absolutely, darling. Absolutely. It's that time of the year. Of course, I mean, we are playing with puns. Kathleen's new single is called Free with Me. It just came out this week. Kathleen, tell us about the song. What was it inspired by?
The songs, well, it's a declaration of freedom, basically, like inward and outward. Um, there's a lot in it that sort of kind of touches on past experiences of being told you're too much of that or too little of that, or you must be this because you did this once, and it's a song where I'm just basically reaffirming to myself that the most power and the most real you can be is just to be you with in everything and whatever that means, and just sing it loud. And the line, I am free and that comes easy. It's because, yeah, quit trying so hard to please other people and just be you. And that's the message of the song.
I think I need that song to be my mantra because I don't know how many relationships I've had in the past. It's like, Markus, you're just a little bit too much. You're nice, but you're just a bit too much. And like maybe toning down the hair.
Yeah.
Taking this
Oh,
song as my mantra.
red flag. Whoever told you to get rid of the hair? Goodbye.
Oh, you, we're practically soulmates now. Hey, you are doing a little bit of a mini tour with the launch of the album. Oh, sorry, the single. You're doing the 5th of, oh, well, actually, no, you've done it already, actually. The 5th of
I've done
December,
it.
you did New South Wales. The 11th of December, you did Victoria. Please, fingers crossed, come 2025, there's something happening in Adelaide and the rest of Australia as well, of course, because nobody wants to miss out. How did those two launch nights go?
They were incredible. They exceeded all my every expectation I could have had. I had, particularly in Melbourne just a couple of nights ago, I just felt like I looked out. I closed my eyes for the first three songs because I was just so nervous and out of my body. I just had to like find myself. And then I opened my eyes and I saw my entire music community in the audience, and I saw my entire family. I'm the youngest of nine, and I had them all there, and I had so many of my closest friends, and I just fell into them, and it was just, yeah, it was an out of body experience, and yeah, I'm still on cloud nine,
Um,
reliving it in my head.
Deservedly. And you know what? And hopefully that feeling never goes away. That should be something that, continues on. I do truly believe, Kathleen, that the honeymoon period should be able to last forever if you do it right.
Yeah, I certainly believe that too. It
Yeah.
certainly hasn't gone anywhere for me. Every gig I do, I feel I get goosebumps and I feel a spiritual experience.
Oh, yay. The key words. Hey, let's go back to when you were a child. Who were you listening to in the bedroom? While mum and dad were telling you to turn it down. Who were you listening to that really drove you into the music career that you have?
Well, I have to say, actually, I started from a unique point. Um, in I was very, very shy, like critically shy as a teenager. I didn't. I found it really social um, aspects really hard, and I found I had all of this burning desire and passion to play music, but just the sheer horror of being in front of people and having eyes on me and having to speak and communicate in front of them just really crushed. Like if 15-year-old me saw me now, I don't know what she'd think, but she'd be completely stunned because I was, yeah, quite very, very shy. But I found when I was about 14, I discovered Tommy Emmanuel on the acoustic guitar.
Yep.
And he transformed my life. And for the next 4 years, before I really picked up an electric guitar, I was just really dedicated to that fingerstyle thing because I loved it and I thought it was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. And B, it was an outlet for me that I didn't have to mix with other people my age to play. Didn't have to join bands and be sort of out there. I could actually just 6 hours a night sit in my bedroom and play the melody, like sing, play the bass, do all the percussion and the rhythm all on the guitar and sort of escape into that world of being my own band. And that was really that was the first those intense sort of 4 or 5 years of my musical upbringing was all of that. And I'd perform the one places I would perform was at nursing homes on weekends, and I'd take my dad and he'd introduce the songs so I didn't have to speak because I was so shy.
Yeah.
And I'd do all these arrangements where I'd play the melody on the guitar while doing the other stuff. So I developed some really great skills from doing that. But yeah, well, it wasn't band stuff apart from a couple of school bands until I finished school and started uni.
I do find, when we're children, some of us don't need to try and necessarily find ourselves. I was definitely shy when I was a child as well. For me, I used nature, my plants, and music as escapism to find who I was as a human.
Yeah.
And, and then once you find yourself in this earth, I think it's an open slather, like go crazy. And like,
Yeah.
look at you now, like, you've found your purpose, you know what you're doing, and, you're going to start, giving this world that we live in, this crazy bonkers world, incredible music. So yeah.
I certainly feel like I found who I am, and I feel strong on that now.
So are you, obviously, as we go into 2025, you're going to start putting together a bunch of songs that could possibly create an album, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely on my way to an album.
So how far into that are you at the moment?
Halfway.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
actually, I'm beyond halfway.
Okay.
I'm a bit further than halfway, but yeah, I've certainly got I'm ahead of myself with the way I want to deliver it. So yeah.
And have you got a plan of attack for 2025? Would you like to do that Australian tour?
Yeah, I definitely want to do a tour with the album release, which will be next year.
Yep.
And I've sort of got a fire in my belly and I just want to play. I just want to get wherever I can with a guitar and play and meet people and find people. So I want to do a lot of traveling, probably solo next year to
Yep.
sort of escape on my own in and around some other touring. And just try to build my audience more. And then with the release of the album, I'll definitely be coming to Adelaide to
Good.
launch that with the band.
Because I would have been really bloody cranky with you if you didn't put Adelaide on the schedule. And you know what? I've got some really good venues here that you would fit into perfectly. So
Oh yeah,
when you're ready to put Adelaide on the agenda, send me a message and I'll give you some links. All right.
people.
I
Yes.
thought you're
Okay.
the red wagon. Hey, so you have sung, worked with Kate Ceberano, Katie Noonan. So I mean that's some great collaborative kind of gigs there. Who else would be on your radar that you would really love to work with?
Ooh. Um, well, I've jammed with this person, but I'd love to properly formally work with them. And that's my guitar hero, Ian Moss, who
Oh,
I love. And
what?
I got to, it was an absolute life-changing experience to connect with him in a really casual way and jam with him in a sort of casual setting. But yeah, he would be on the top of my list to collaborate with for sure. Yeah, that's a hard question. Paul Kelly. I love Paul Kelly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack Jones is another guitar hero of mine.
Jack is just brilliant. And his voice though, right? Because he's doing quite a bit of touring at the moment. And he was here again in Adelaide just a couple of weeks ago with Tina Arena and Richard Marks.
Yep,
And
I was there too
oh,
with Kate. Yeah,
oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did I not even know that? That is bonkers. That wow. Okay, everything's falling into place now.
I stood on the side of stage with my jaw dropped watching Jack on that day. Yeah, I know where you're getting
His
at.
voice is just incredible. And the other thing I love about Jack is he's such a good storyteller.
Mm. It's
Uh,
just all heart.
oh, 100%. A really good soul. Hey, so what typically inspires your music? And I know it may come and go in different kind of, days depending on the mood and all that, but typically, where do you draw your inspiration from for your music?
Um, music, music I'm listening or that I'm sort of uh listening to and diving into at the time will often ideas will spring out of if a certain song or that I'm sort of indulged in.
Yep.
And also just life experiences that and writing's fairly new to me, like in the last 2 years as well. So I'm still developing that, and it's becoming more my identity now than it did at the start. At the start, it was a sort of a forced, not a forced thing, but you'd set aside time to try and write. Whereas now I find myself in my notes a couple of times a day when like everything around me seems to be opportunities to write about, whether it's my own experience or if I'm observing other people. It seems to be there's always opportunities to grab inspiration, and I think that's a key thing that's changed for me over the last 12 months. Really tapping into the world around me.
And the process of creating, these beautiful songs that you produce, what is the process for you? Do you usually come up with the music side of it first, or do you come up with the lyrics of it, or is it all happening together?
Um, it varies, but I think the songs that I feel most connected to and um, I'm most excited about have all been ones that have just come out both in one hit, really.
Yeah.
And others have taken longer, but the ones that I like, Free With Me was basically a one hit, not one hit. Like I sat down and it came out in one night. Obviously with some adjustments and with some feedback from others, sort of sharpened up a bit, but the the base of the song definitely came out in one night when I was at home. Um, and that seems to be, yeah, the ones that I'm feel great about are ones that I don't overthink, and it's just sort of channeling out.
Yeah.
Whereas other times I get bogged down if it gets too academic or I start seeing it from any other perspective other than flowing it out of me, I get stuck and I start to self sabotage it or something, and it just sort of it doesn't fly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hear I hear you. Hey, speaking of
Yeah.
Kate Ceberano again, did you get to see her book that she brought out at the beginning of the year, I think it was, or the end of last year? I think it
Yeah.
was Unsung.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. Um, Amazing. Like I see you as the same kind of artist as Kate Ceberano, to be honest.
Oh,
I
that's
see
a
you
big
as quite
compliment.
an artistic person. So, you know, um, I mean, because lyrically, she just writes wonderfully as well. She's just such an
Yeah.
artist. That I find there's a lot of I see you very much as a young Kate Ceberano. There you are.
Oh,
Get
I'll
it.
take that. That's a big compliment.
Uh,
We're best friends, so
Oh
I
my.
think I'm tapping into her.
And how amazing is Gypsy, of course, Kate and Lee's daughter, amazing
Yeah.
art, and who's
Yeah.
just launched her career this year as well.
Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing and so different, like so unlike Kate in terms of her voice and her style. And she's just herself, and yeah, she's doing amazing things. And
So
next year, she's got so many great, exciting things planned as well. I can't wait to watch her.
exciting. Hey, so back to you. Obviously, coming from that shy childhood, how is it for you? What mental process do you go through to stand on stage now and feel confident and secure, um, and yeah, confident in front of the people that you're about to, entertain?
Yeah, I was talking to my family after the show about this, because you forget. I forget. And I don't actually know when flicked over. I couldn't tell you a particular moment where I transformed from that shy person to not. Because now I actually feel like the stage is my super, like when I get on stage, I feel like grow a superpower into becoming more me, whereas off stage I feel more awkward or more shy or struggle more with certain aspects. But as soon as I get on stage, I feel like something flicks over, and I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like it's everything just becomes energy and spirit, and you almost floating, and yeah, all the academia goes away, and it's just feeling and playing. And I feel like I play better. Like I can't replicate how I play on stage in the practice room either. Like I can't find that place unless I'm on stage. But yeah, I don't know how that shifted. I think just from doing it so much and just accepting that is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and stage just became my safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep pondering on that because it's really interesting because yeah, anyone who knew me back as a teenager would agree. Like it's yeah, I'm going to reflect on that.
It's
I don't know when it's happening.
I feel like you know, for you, I feel like it's when you become aware of yourself, I guess, you know, where you feel most comfortable. And you know, I mean, let's go next level. Michael Jackson obviously was extremely famous for that. You know, off stage, Michael Jackson was quite a shy, introverted kind of soul in many levels. Eccentric even, but on stage he became this whole other person, you know, and
Yeah.
he always said, quite often said in interviews, that that's when he felt most himself, when he was on stage, and because he was taking this energy from, you know, the universe or whatever you want to call it, and being the channel of life.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Absolutely.
weird thing, but like you say, it's definitely worth pondering for sure.
And I think also just thinking further about it now, I think a big thing, a big factor for me, which I was very, very fortunate with, because not all young women, hardly any, have it in the same way. I've had incredible mentors, like incredible, every step of the way, from when I was in high school to uni, coming out of uni to meeting Kate. Like everyone I've met has just been the right person at the very right time for exactly what I needed to grow a little bit more, a few more wings to, like, I've never been set up to lose or to fail. I've always been caught, and I've always had people around me who have just like wanted me to win and do well. And that is actually probably the reason why I've been able to um, go from that shy kid to someone who's so free and comfortable on stage, because I've never had, yeah, I've been very like, and you know, I know so many of my peers and friends have had horrible stories of the other way on stage. So I feel extremely grateful and lucky for that. And I hope, and it is a passion of mine, that one day I can give that back to people coming through as well, because it's so powerful. It's absolutely such a powerful magic thing to yeah.
Spread good vibes, be joyful, and just be kind, right? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I can already tell, Kathleen Halloran, that you are a beautiful soul. You got an incredible energy about you, and I know, must know for a fact that you are already inspiring other people, you know.
No.
So keep on just doing what you do, because you know what? You are a ray of sunshine. And I
Oh, thank
instantly, the moment I listen to the song. Wrapping up, what are you doing for Christmas? 204. 204,
you.
224, sorry.
202. I love Christmas. Like I'm obsessed with Christmas. Like I said, I've got 8 siblings.
Yep.
So we all go pretty hard on, no, actually, we just love the lead up. Like I love going into the city, doing the lights. I bake for all my friends and people who I've worked with. Each year I have a day, I set aside a day where I bake hampers, and then I go and deliver them all over town, like things like that. I just
Well,
like,
don't forget me here in Adelaide. I'll give you my
well,
address.
I don't know that they'll get there in one piece, but I definitely send them so you know you're in my thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love all of that. And then Christmas Day, I'll just be with my family.
Nice. That sounds absolutely lovely. Oh my Lord. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you. I lied. I do have one more question. Out of those two gigs that you just recently played at the beginning of December, what are one of the moments that will stick with you forever?
In Melbourne, 3 songs in when I opened my eyes for the first time and saw all of the community who have been around me for the last 10 years and seeing them all in one place, all looking at me with such love and support, wanting me to have the best night of my life. That is beyond, I'll never forget that.
Kathleen Halloran, what an absolute joy and pleasure to chat with you. I wish you all the best for this incredible career of yours and, this creative outlet that is just going to bring so much joy to the world. Have an incredible 2024 Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you in Adelaide in 2025.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the chat, Markus. Thank you. It means a lot. Have a great Christmas too.